all about telomeres. This is a shoelace, and the ends of the shoelaces are these plastic tips called aglets. They keep the fibers of the lace from unraveling. Its firm and narrow profile makes it easier to hold and feed through eyelets. Now imagine that this lace is a chromosome. Now you must be already aware that in our body, DNA is packaged in a thread-like structure called chromosome. And the tips of the chromosome are called, yes, telomeres. Telomeres have the similar function like aglets. They help chromosomes from being cut off and also stop them from tangling with loose ends of other DNA because that will cause havoc in the body. Every cell has a chromosome in its nucleus and every cell divides. That's how they reproduce, and that is how we are made up of trillions of cells. How many times can one cell divide? Well, limited number of times, on an average up to 50 times. Every time the cell divides, the telomere shortens. So what happens to the cell when the telomere is completely gone? Well, the ends of the chromosome then look like broken DNA. And that means the cell stops dividing and it eventually dies. What happens to these dead cells? Some dead cells along with other things might make our arteries clog. Some dead cells might leak their contents onto their neighbors, which is not good for the body. Also, cells dying rapidly means we are aging. Some cells die a graceful death, where all its contents disintegrate and our body reuses those contents for various things, like making white cells. What happens in cancer is cancer cells often avoid cell death by maintaining their telomeres despite repeated cell divisions. This is possible because the cancer cells activate an enzyme called Telomerase, which adds genetic units onto the telomeres to prevent them from shortening. So cells keep dividing without dying, causing tumors. So rethink about it if someone is trying to sell you pills for the enzyme telomerase. Telomere's length can be inherited from parents, but telomere length is also affected by epigenetics. That is, the behavior, environment, lifestyle of a person. You must have heard about stem cells. They play a very interesting role in our body. There's a lot of research going on in stem cells. One interesting fact about them is telomeres in stem cells have elongation mechanisms and self-renewal capacity. And if I've gotten you interested in learning about telomeres, then here are two biology books that I highly recommend. The Epigenetics Revolution. It is one of the best books that I read this year. One of the chapters in it is about telomeres. And check out another book by Elizabeth Blackburn. It's called Telomere Effect, Living Younger, Healthier, Longer. Elizabeth Blackburn has won a Nobel Prize for her research in telomeres. In her book, she explains all about telomeres and things that can be done to keep them healthy and prolong their life naturally. I'm sure you will love both these books. Happy reading.